We begin in a time long before humanity's first steps in a civilization whose wonders far exceed our own. The Alteran scientists, explorers, and visionaries lived in harmony, constantly seeking to unravel the mysteries of the universe. Their cities stretched to the skies, marvels of both technology and aesthetics. Here, knowledge was the highest virtue, and exploration the greatest pursuit. Yet, beneath this shining exterior, divisions were growing. The belief in a higher power among some would soon lead to a rift. Science clashed with faith, and the seeds of conflict were sown. The future of this once unified people hung in the balance. In the grand halls of the Alteran Council, the leaders gathered, aware of the brewing storm. On one side stood the Alterans, firm in their dedication to science and the pursuit of knowledge through empirical means. Opposing them were the Ori, their brethren who had come to worship the universe's unexplained forces. A simple difference of belief had now evolved into a struggle for dominance. The Ori, growing ever more zealous, began demanding that all follow their path, claiming that the true way to enlightenment was through faith, not reason. The council debates became heated, and the cracks within their society deepened. A fateful decision loomed: to stand their ground or to abandon their home. In secret, the Ori grew powerful, their followers multiplying. They saw themselves as destined to control not just their world, but the entire universe. To enforce their will, they began to create armies, vast in number, imbued with power, and fiercely devoted. These armies would march under the banner of their faith, determined to bring all who opposed them into submission. The Alterans, outnumbered and outmatched, watched in horror as the Ori's forces expanded at an alarming rate. The threat was no longer just philosophical, it had become an imminent danger. The peaceful world of the Alterans would soon be plunged into war. The skies of Altera darkened as the Ori unleashed their armies. What began as a conflict of ideals had escalated into full-scale destruction. The once pristine cities of the Alterans were reduced to ashes, their towering structures crumbling under the relentless assault. Everywhere, fire and chaos reigned. For the Alterans, this was a nightmare beyond comprehension, a world they had built over millennia, now torn apart. They knew the war could not be won. As the Ori's forces advanced, the Alterans faced a heart-wrenching decision. They could no longer stay. Their only hope was to flee, to preserve their knowledge and their way of life by seeking refuge in a distant galaxy. The Alterans gathered at their last remaining stronghold, a massive spaceport, high above the surface of their dying world. It was here that the decision was made to leave everything behind. Their ships, sleek and advanced, prepared for departure. Families, scientists, and explorers boarded in silence, their hearts heavy with the loss of their home. But they carried with them something far greater than just their belongings. They carried the hope of rebuilding, the dream of finding new worlds. With a final glance at the planet they once called home, they ascended into the stars, bound for a new galaxy where they would plant the seeds of stargates and begin again. The Alterans' journey into the unknown is a story of resilience and discovery. While they left behind a shattered world, they did not abandon their quest for knowledge, nor their belief in a better future. In the vastness of space, their legacy would endure, and their impact would be felt across galaxies for millennia to come. This was not the end, but the beginning of an even greater saga, one that would echo throughout the cosmos.